In this video, you're going to learn 3 hard truths about dog aggression that you need to know, with an important bonus at the end, so stay tuned. Welcome everyone, my name is Chris and I've been a professional dog trainer for over 22 years with over 5,000 dogs trained. Now this is something that I come into contact with on a regular basis. Now it's really important that we understand or we're on the same page of what dog aggression is. Now dog aggression is the show of power through an action or actions of barking, growling, showing of teeth, nipping, or biting. Now with that said, let's get into it. The first truth you need to know is that it's not protection. 99% of the time, when people think that their dog is being protective of them, I always ask this question. When your dog is acting like that, are you under a real threat? Well, 99.9% of the time, or 99% of the time, you're not, which means that your dog is perceiving something as a threat that isn't. And that doesn't stem from anything other than it's the lack of quality of their nerve structure. It's their nerve structure that determines how they respond to something the very first time they encounter it. And so when a dog perceives something as a threat, whether it's real or not, and they are choosing fight, which is barking, growling, showing of teeth, nipping, or biting. So therefore, because it's based out of fear, they are not showing protection. They are trying to scare away what they perceive as a threat. And if that person really was trying to attack you, more than likely, your dog is going to turn tail and run. Number 2, a majority of dogs out there that have dog aggression, it's not because they were abused. In fact, a dog would be aggressive to the abuser, but the #1 most searched term about dogs is how do I fix my dog being aggressive, or something to do with dog aggression. Now, I don't know if you've thought about this, but how many people out there are abusing their dogs so bad that they are creating a behavior that they have to turn around and fix? So this has nothing to do with abuse. If a dog was being abused by one person, they would have the problem and show possible fight or defensive behavior to that one person, but it has nothing to do with the people or the kids that are riding their bikes or the other people walking their dogs, because how often do dogs get attacked by other dogs? It just doesn't happen that often. So again, number 2 is that it's not caused by abuse. And number 3, any dog can be aggressive. Given the perfect storm, the dog that you have that has been completely and totally friendly with all kinds of people, all kinds of other dogs, never ever just assume that that dog can't show aggression. You have to respect that animal for what it is. It's a domesticated, wild animal. And because of that, and because their #1 biggest means of communication is physically, if they're ever put in a situation where they feel like they have to defend themselves, again, whether it's real reason or not, that means that they are choosing barking, growling, showing of teeth, nipping, or biting. And it always seems to go in that order because dogs will only repetitively do what benefit them. So keep in mind, when you have people over, do not allow your dog to be put in a situation to where they feel like they have no other choice but to retaliate. Now the bonus is this. There's a lot of people out there that unfortunately will teach that they can fix your dog from ever being dog aggressive, and that's just not true. So if you have a dog that is showing dog aggression, or if you have a dog that is showing aggression, whether it's to people or other animals, because the root of the problem is their nerve structure. That is something that they're born with. It doesn't make them a bad dog, but they are what they are. So there is in no way a dog can have any type of fear, aggression trained out of them. So when clients come to me, I understand that. But I also understand that a dog has 4 options to choose to try to be safe, which means that fight isn't the only option. There's also avoidance, submission, and flight. Now flight, we don't necessarily want the dog to choose that because we don't want to have to go 3 counties away to pick them up. But we can, through proper conditioning and communication, teach our dogs that fight doesn't work. That's not what's going to keep them safe. It's not acceptable behavior. So they naturally have two other options that we want them to choose and that they can choose naturally: avoidance and submission. Avoidance is when they turn their head and say, "You're not there, I can't see you, you can't see me." And submission is when they lower their head down, maybe roll over saying, "I submit to your authority." But the root of the problem for dog aggression will always be there. So take that, again, respect the dog for what they are. If they are born with a weak nerve structure, it does not mean they're a bad dog. That just means that they need to have somebody come up alongside them and show them the behavior that's acceptable, and as well, show them the behavior in a way that they understand and respect that that behavior is unacceptable. Now, how do you fix this? One, find a trainer that understands these truths and has the experience in using proper communication to recondition the choice of fight made by the dog to avoidance or submission. Then, and only then, can you start to invite the dog into more aspects of your life. And if you learned anything from this video, please hit that like and subscribe button for future content. Thank you, and have a great day.